Hello viewers, and welcome to this tutorial. So in the previous one we learned about the if statement, okay, basic concepts about the if statement. So these are the things we learned about. So if you don't really understand this concept, because that is what we'll be using in this conditional statement, okay, we learned about all the stuff. So just go to the previous tutorial and watch it. If you are cool with them, then let's just jump start. Okay, so now how can we implement the conditional statement in our code? So let me increase the font so you see it much better. So you can come to view, appearance, and just enter presentation mode. So it focuses everything on the code, so you can see that everything is kind of bright now, so you're seeing everything clearer. Okay, so it focuses everything on the code, and if you want to run the code, you can navigate at the top just here and click on run and select, so it will run down here, or you can use shift and F10, which will still run the code. So this will make the view much better for you guys, so you can see. Alright, so let's jump start. So how to deal with the if statement in our code? So we're making an example of someone going to the market to purchase a product. So there are two things involved. One, the price of product. Okay, so the price of the product is 23 cedis. You can use in your mind dollars or anything, but I'm using cedis. And you can also say the amount in pocket. Okay, alright, it's 20 cedis. Okay, so now the price of the product I'm buying is 23, okay, and the amount I have in my pocket is 20. So we want to use this to explain the if statement or the conditional statement. Alright, so the if statement is a type of a conditional statement. So let's jump. So this is how to declare your if statement. Okay, if statement, meaning if this is true. And no, in the previous tutorial I said that we are expecting a bool value, be it true or false. So if you want to declare your if statement, meaning I don't want to run all my code, I just want to know if this works, then I do. So just look at this. If I go to the marketplace, these are the two things involved. I will buy the product, and maybe I will not purchase the product. Okay, alright, so if you go to buy something on the store, these are the two likelihood of, or these are the two things likelihood of happening, or has the likelihood of happening. Okay, you don't go to any shop and say I will buy the product and then say I will not purchase the product. It's impossible. You have to use only one of them. So this is the essence of the conditional statement. Okay, so if we don't bring a restriction in our code, then it will run all these two things to the seller, to tell the seller I will buy the product, and to tell the seller I will not buy the product. Okay, that is not what we want to do. So we have to bring conditional statement. An example of them is an if statement. Okay, so the if statement kind of puts the restrictions within what to display, what not to display, what to run, what not to run, and things to work out like that. Alright, so let me teach you how to declare the if statement. So this is how to start with the if statement. If, then the next one will be the values we are comparing. So if the price of product, okay, is less than or equal to the amount in pocket, then we bring what is called the colon. So did you realize that if the price of the product is less than or equal to the amount in pocket, then we would like to deal with some particular codes to run. Okay, so this is the essence of the if statement. So this is how to declare the if statement. If, then after you bring whatever you want to compare, and don't forget your comparison operator, whatever you want to deal with. So you can say if it is directly equal to, so if, and remember these are variables, inside this variable is 23, inside this variable is 20. Okay, so in other words, we're saying if 23 is equal to 20, but we know 23 is not equal to 20. So there are several operators. We can use less than, we can say less than or equal to, we can say greater than, or greater than and equal to. Okay, greater than or equal to, and we can say not equal to. Okay, so all these are operators we can use. So let's jump start into it. If it is less than or equal to, alright, so we move to the market to buy a product. Two things can happen. If the price of the product is less than or equal to the amount we have in our pocket, then we can buy the product. Okay, so just check something. So bring your if statement, write down the product you're comparing in addition to the comparison operator you're using, then bring the colon at the latter end. Alright, so notice this change. So far as we're trying to put some lines of code inside the if statement, they have to be what is called an indentation in our code. Okay, so this is code indentation. If I hit the enter key, you realize that anytime we hit the enter key, it sends it right under. So if I try to write something here, print hello, you can realize that the print and the A are on the same line, right? They're on the same line, they are not on different lines. But after every if statement, if I hit the enter key, it doesn't appear on the same line as the if. It is indented. So this is what is called code indentation, where anything under the indentation is found inside the if statement. Alright, so anything which will be indented, so if I take it back, meaning it is not under the if statement. So anything I type here is not under the if statement. But if I want something to run, if only that this condition is true, then I have to do what is called indentation, put it under the if statement. So how do I indent? Either I bring 4 spaces, okay, 1 2 3 4, then it comes under the if statement, or I use the tab key. So the tab, just the tap on the keyboard at the left side, if I press the tab key, it indents my code. Okay, so by default, if you press the enter key, it indents the code. So I want to bring this okay, let me clean this one. Okay, so meaning this is the father, these are the children. Okay, so the children cannot be at the same age of the father. It's impossible, then they are not your children. But if the children are kind of under the father, then they have to be indented. So the father needs to come, and the father is not to be on the same line with the children has to be a kind of ahead a little. Alright, so that is how code indentation works for the if statement. So bring your if, bring the conditions you're testing in together with the comparison operator, your colon, hit enter, make sure your code is indented. By default, it will be indented. So if the price of the product is less than or equal to the amount in pocket, then we want to run this code. Okay, so let's run the code. Okay, so it prints hello. Okay, let me close this hello. Alright, so let's run the code. Now there was no display. Why was there not any display? The reason being that the price of the product, which is 23, is not less than or equal to the amount in pocket, which is 20, meaning 20 is not less than or equal to 23. Oh no, meaning 23 is not less than or equal to 20. That is why nothing showed here. Okay, so let me change it and see. Let me make this value 16. So meaning if 16, which is the price of the product, is less than or equal to 20, then this code will run. Alright, so meaning I will buy the product. The reason being that the price of the product is less than, depending on what I'm comparing here, than the amount I have in my pocket. Okay, so this is how to deal with basic comparisons. Alright, so let me change the operator then. Let me make this back 23. So everything depends on the operator, and I said earlier that we are expecting a bool value. So the statement here should either be true or false. Okay, the statement here. So if the statement here is true, then everything indented under the if statement will run. If the statement here is false, then everything under the indented, or everything indented under the if statement will not run. So if I say if the price of the product is greater than or equal to the amount, this statement is true, because 23 is greater than this. Then we'll say I'll buy the product. Now I wonder if how can you buy the product if this is greater than this? But just for experiment's sake, let's run. So you see it just runs the code. And we also say if 23 is not equal to the amount you have in the pocket, I'll buy. Exactly. Okay, so this is how just to navigate through. And if 23 is directly equal to the amount, it will not display, because 23 is not equal to 20. Okay, so this is how to navigate through your basic if statement. So we are dealing with buying something from a store, and the only reason we're going to buy from a store is if the amount is directly equal to the amount we are having, or it is even less than the amount we budgeted for. So if you run the code, it doesn't run. Why? Because 23 is greater than 20. Okay, so this is just the basic thing for if statement, and just watch out for the next tutorial. So we deal with the elif statement and the else statement. So thanks for viewing. Subscribe to the channel and share with new friends, and hit the bell so any updates I release, you just have them. Thank you.